guess I'm fucking back home and shit. So I'm back in town from my 7-day fast, and thought I'd give you guys the results of said fast and what I think of that. It's been about a week since I got back. I gotta say, the post-trail depression thing is a thing. I did feel down a bit when I got back because, I don't know, because not in nature and shit, and a lot of, you know, there was some bullshit that went down too. So anyways, the lowest I got, I went from 196.3 pounds, I believe it was, down to 189.6 at my lowest. And then as I refed, I regained up to 191.8. So I kept, let's see, 191, I kept off about 5 pounds, and I lost 1.25 inches initially on the fast and gained back 1/4 inch. So I lost and kept off after the refeed a full inch and shit. So overall, the fast and excursion was a success in pretty much every fucking way. Fat fasting and water fasting worked hand in hand. For those of you unaware, a fat fast is when you have 600 to 800 calories of mostly fat in a 3-to-1 or 4-to-1 ratio to carbs plus protein, and and you got to keep that caloric limit in order to get the benefits of the fat fast. So if you experience hunger or you experience any symptoms, every time I did that during that hike and during the excursions, if I did a fat fast, I recovered. And also if I did some salt and in my coffee along with the stevia erythritol. So overall it was good, but I was feeling pretty depleted with the heavy physical activity. But I can attribute the fact that the fast was successful partially to the fact that I burned a ton of fucking energy doing those hikes. So the question becomes, did I lower my set point? And I don't think, it's too soon to tell. It's only been a little over a week and a half of refeeding, eating pretty much every day. I did do a 36-hour fat fast at one point, but you can't, it's hard to say at this point and shit. Vlogging here is really fucking hard. I keep getting interrupted and shit. And I know a couple of you were planning on doing similar fasts. Maybe not with the hiking and the nature and shit, but, a hybrid fat water fast. And as far as long fasts go, I gotta say, that's the way to go. Straight up water fasting is a little bit harder, doable. Might get some additional autophagy benefits out of it. But overall, if weight loss and keeping it off is your goal while maintaining your metabolism, I would say sprinkling in fat fast days with your water fast days. And you don't need to go crazy with the water fast. You could do like a 24-hour set of water fast followed by a 24-hour set of fat fasting. And that's pretty much what I did on that trip. Coupled with physical activity of some kind, and that's how I got the results I did. I do know that the physical activity definitely targeted the belly area. I mean, 1.25 inch loss while on the trip and only gaining 1/4 inch back, which is probably partially water weight and bloat from the food I'm eating. Because, you know, the food I'm eating isn't the highest quality shit. But overall, you know, I've had some alcohol since I've been back also. That's probably a contributing factor to the 1/4 inch regain. But I've stabilized in the low 190s again, you know, after creeping up to the, you know, starting to creep up to the 196 and getting my belly measurement fucked up. So if you find your fat levels creeping in the wrong direction, your belly measurement going up a little, and you're used to intermittent fasting, you're fat adapted, that's important, as in you've done a ketogenic diet for 6 weeks or so, then a hybrid water fat fast can do wonders for lowering, you know, your set point. Now, you're not, by lowering your set point, it might not even be permanent. There's other factors that can raise your set point. For me, I believe reintroducing alcohol into my life is one of the factors. Having an occasional cheat day is another factor. Or maybe just some of the food that I'm eating isn't the highest quality shit. It, you know, might have some problems. You know, some fucking, you know, might be some fucking hormone injected fucking beef causing inflammation or some shit. It might be some glyphosate fucking permeating my spinach or some shit. Because I do occasionally have green vegetables, but not as often as I used to. I'm more ketovore now. Mainly what I've been eating since I've been back has, however, been meat, nuts, and dairy. Cheese, you know, full-fat Greek yogurt, that kind of stuff. 100% chocolate. Eggs, of course, lots of eggs. And red meat, you know, ground beef, steak, you know, whatever floats my boat. Chicken wings occasionally. And that's pretty much what I've been eating since I came off the fast. And so I've only gained back 1/4 inch. And that's the thing that's more important than the number on the scale. A lot of people get caught up in the weight numbers. And I can tell you, as you do physical activity, as you build a little bit of muscle, is, you know, you're recomping, so the weight isn't as much of an issue. Plus, you got the water weight, the food weight, the bloat, if you have something that inflames you. All of these factors that go into that weight number. There's a little bit of a factor that goes into the belly measurement, but it doesn't swing that much. You know, you might get 1/4 inch on a bloat day. 1/2 inch sometimes if it's really bad. But overall, you know, the measurement tends to be a better marker, and I try and keep mine under half my height, which is 36 inches around. If I go over 36, I know I need to do something like a long hybrid water fat fast, particularly in nature. I miss it out there. And I'm about to embark on a music festival camping trip, so it's not quite out in nature, but I'll be camping in the car. I won't be filming during this. It's mainly, you know, part of the bar I work at's event, and plus, it's some time for me to not be worrying about filming and editing video. In fact, you're watching this because I scheduled this to release while I'm on the trip. So you're not going to get a shortage of content. You know, I'm still releasing my videos, but I need a little bit of a break so I don't get burnt out. Because I've bitten off a little more than I can chew on projects lately, and I really need to rein it in a little so that I can make better videos and be a little more fucking productive and shit. Got some mail and shit. So if you don't know, you can mail me shit at 4736 Onondaga Boulevard, Box 150, and I, of course, will review or open or, you know, talk about or do something with whatever you send object-wise. Some people choose to donate that way. They're uncomfortable with electronic transactions. So I believe somebody told me they were sending me a book. I forget who it was, and of course, you can't tell by looking at the fucking box. So there's that. So much fucking cardio going on. And I'm here sitting on my ass in the park and shit. Almost feel guilty, except I don't want to do what they're doing. It's too much running. I don't like running. I probably never like running. I know that breaks some hearts out there, that people that want me to become a bodybuilder, cardio motherfucker, but no, I don't think so. No. Shit. So now I can get back to opening my shit until the next set of cardio motherfuckers comes through. Body by Science. Just as I got done taking a shit on cardio. Research-based program for strength training, bodybuilding, and complete fitness in 12 weeks. By Doug McDuff, MD. So whoever sent that, I will read it, but I reserve the right to take shit on it if I don't like it. And I don't know that this will springboard me into doing anything other than hiking and carrying heavy shit into the woods as my form of exercise. But I'll give it a read because you sent it, you know. And if you guys send me a book that you think I should read or be educated on, even you fucking vegans, if you want to send me a vegan book, I'd be happy to wipe my ass with it when I run out of toilet paper. But I'll still read it first. But, you know, it is what it is. So thank you. I know you told me that you were sending it. I don't recall your name or the comment because I get so many comments that I can't keep up. But thank you once again. But that's not all I got in the mail. Somebody sent me a contribution and a handwritten letter and shit. You know, it's so rare that people handwrite letters. We're all about anonymous fucking comments on the internet nowadays. And I don't know, there's something, I guess, more, because there's more effort involved in writing a handwritten fucking letter and sending it and mailing it out and all of that. So I'd be an asshole if I didn't fucking read it to you guys and respond to it. Hi, Scott. Sending some dough because I like your shit and shit. Seriously, thanks for having the guts and taking the time to create content for like-minded people. Most just need to know the ideas they have floating in their head aren't pie-in-the-sky impossibilities. And that's true. You know, I used to be the same way. I would make excuses to not do shit. And some of the excuses were just bullshit. They were, you know, they could easily be overcome. So you should, when you say you want to do something, but you can't, for whatever reason, really take a look at that reason and fucking evaluate that shit. Because you might just be trying to talk yourself out of making the effort to do it. You give them an excellent starting point for how to live, what to do, and who to become. Notice I don't say work and job. Those words always offended me to the point I just dropped out of living to avoid the mentality. And so he's talking about my minimalism perspective in you know, getting out of the 9-to-5 and the corporate grind and minimizing to the point where we're not spending money needlessly, that everything that we do is aligned with our personal happiness and wellness, and not, you know, your corporate boss and their board members and their stockholders' fucking happiness and wellness. I know in my life I had a lot of waste, a lot of things that I needed to get rid of that were enslaving me to that. Had the nerve to ask me if I was filming them. No, asshole, I'm trying to make a fucking vlog. That's what I get for coming to this park. I don't know why I keep trying to vlog here. It's been a fucking pain in the ass every time, because I don't like vlogging in front of people. Anyways, this could be a continuing patronage or one-time deal. I may move on. As you said, the stream may drive up, or you'll get tired of it and move on to something new and shit. For now, I'm happy to see someone intelligent, thoughtful, and creative espousing the lifestyle I've experimented with for 30 years. And, you know, I haven't been experimenting with it that long. It's probably been about 2 years of minimalism. Almost 4 years, 3.5 years, almost 4 years of intermittent fasting, about 2.5 years of ketogenic dieting. And I keep exploring ways of improving my life, you know, and including my most recent endeavor with the wilderness fasts and getting out in nature and hiking and backpacking and learning some techniques to survive out there and to camp and to do all of these things that have been outside my fucking comfort zone for so long. And now I'm finally saying, you know what? I'm 42. It's time to get off my ass, stop making those excuses, and do these things which make me happier than I was before. Much happier. I don't go to doctors, always believe good health is my responsibility. Started fasting 20 plus years ago, even eating pasta as a main staple, not eating for 16 to 20 hour periods every day felt good. I can't do that. If I eat pasta, even with like ADF, I gain weight. It's fucking weird. Pasta is not good. Grain is not good, particularly here in the States. And I can't. I like it. I wish I could have it, but fact remains, pasta's not on my list of approved foods. Cheat days only and shit. 6 years ago, went paleo for vain and athletic goals. I don't think I could do paleo either. I might do a paleo experiment at some point, 30 days paleo, just to see if I gain weight, see what happens. But I find if I do excessive fruit or excessive anything of that nature, then obviously grain would be off the list, because paleo would be prior to agriculture and they didn't have fucking grain back then. Transition to a more green leaf based diet to get rid of extraneous weight accumulated throughout the year. Still eat animal products and fats as is necessary. So you're like kind of vegetarian with a lot of cheat days, which is healthy, I believe. I state if you're vegan, you should probably have a cheat day just out of necessity once a month where you eat animal products, and maybe you won't suffer the deficiencies that come with veganism. And vegetarian, I've said you pretty much get everything you need between the fish and the dairy. To each their own. It's not for me. I'm a carnivore. I like meat. I like fat. I like dairy. And so most of my diet is animal-based with a little bit of plant-based diet. So there's that. I never had a real job, real being in quotes, more than 2 years. Even then, it was always small production warehouse where I quickly become the floor manager, triple production, and trade my job performance for flexibility approach, working without oversight and time. Those always became dead-ended, so usually I get triggered and not only burn bridges, but the whole damn city. I wouldn't burn bridges. You can just gracefully be like, I'm gone. Couple of week notice, get out the door. Don't burn the bridges, because you never know when you have to come back, when your survival might depend on it. So don't burn the shit to the ground, would be my advice on that. And my bridges aren't burnt. I can get back into my career if I choose. And that provides an extra layer of freedom and security that I otherwise might not have. 6 years ago, I packed up and went to Cali on a whim, rented a room, got a job doing traveling inventory, crap job, but saw all of Southern California on someone else's dime. Returned home discouraged, but finally Uber saved the day. And I use Uber all the time as an income stream. It's flexible. You can go on these long road trips and not worry about losing your job. You don't have to work if you don't want to. And if you want to make a lot of money, you just work a lot. That's it. Uber is a great tool to live this lifestyle, the minimalist road tripping, not working for the corporate world. Even though Uber's a corporation and shit, you're still just an independent contractor for Uber, and you're treated as such, both from a tax base and from the company itself. All they're doing is connecting you between people that need rides, and you drive them around. That's all there is to Uber. And I don't know that I would be able to do this without having had Uber as an option for one of my income streams, because there's times when YouTube doesn't pay the bills, when photography is slow, and when all my other income streams might take a shit, and Uber is there to step up and fill in the gap when I need a little extra scratch. By the way, I highly recommend you road trip west. It is so big it makes you feel small. I've been out west as a truck driver, but I do want to road trip out west as a tourist. Car camping, taking my time, exploring different parks along the way, finding the free campsites along the way, boondocking here and there, and seeing things that I just wasn't able to see when I was out there. So I eventually will get out there again, and I am planning future road trips out that way. It's just a matter of my obligations holding me down. I do have projects that I'm committed to right now. I do have, my part-time job I'm committed to. Yeah, and these are all flexible things that I can find time to make a trip out west. But ultimately, I want to have a large block of time when I do that, because I don't want to have to be in a hurry. I want to be able to take my time, smell the roses. If I want to only drive for 5 hours one day, then I'll drive for 5 hours. I want to go at a nice, slow, see shit, pace. And basically, that's it for the letter. He says, thanks much, Siri. So thank you, and thank you for your contribution to the channel. If you would like to send some shit, in the end credits of every video, which many of you probably skip, is a mailing address. Also in the description is a mailing address. And if you send products for me to review or talk about, or then I'll do so. I don't get a lot of mail, and I'm not looking to get a lot of mail, so don't settle the fuck down. Don't go crazy sending me shit. But when I do, it's nice, and I appreciate it. I will read the book. There may be some skimming if I find that I'm not getting into the book, but I will read and give you my opinion on that particular book. Also, I'm still finishing up Wheat Belly, Total Health, which is an audiobook I've been listening to. I'm going to finish that up probably tomorrow, hopefully, if I can, if other things don't get in the way. And the GAPS diet book, I'm still working on that. So I'm reading 2 books at the same time. One's an audiobook, one's a book and shit. So then I will jump to the next book after that. So as far as what I've got planned for the channel, I want to do a video about grain, and based on some of the new knowledge I got from Wheat Belly. Everybody knows I take a shit on grain, on pasta, on wheat, and basically agriculture in general. So I want to do a video talking about that, where I think we went wrong, why I think we went wrong. So that'll be what I work on when I get back from my 5-day camping trip. I don't know, I might film something during that. Depends on my mood, depends on how much time I have, but for the most part, I think it's going to be a break from doing anything work related. And then I'll be back fresh at it Monday. So you guys are probably watching this on Friday, because that's when I'm going to schedule it to post. And I want to take the time to thank you guys. You guys have helped me out this month. You helped me get through the Wilderness Fast. You offset the cost of that trip with your contributions, which means I can keep doing this. I can keep taking more trips and keep, producing videos as a form of income. And as long as I can do that, I'll keep doing it. And like Siri said, I don't know when this ride's over, but I'm going to stay on it as long as it's moving. You know what I'm saying? And we're doing good. The videos have been performing well. The channel has been growing. We're probably going to hit 9,000 subscribers in the next month or 2. And it's slow growth, but I'll take it. It's better than no growth. But what the fuck do I know about any of this shit? Because I'm not a fucking expert. I'm just a fucking asshole. If you found this video helpful or enlightening, please go to ScottTheTruckDriver.com and leave a tip in the virtual tip jar. And I'll keep making more shit. Like fucking 10 people showed up to hang out where I was vlogging, so it's the last time I try and fucking vlog there. I'm gonna have to be a little more creative with where I fucking vlog in the future and shit. Anyways, please like and subscribe and hit the fucking bell. That also helps. Also comment. I like to talk. I like to chat. If your comments gets my attention, I will, of course, respond. I do try and keep up with everybody, so there's that. And also, you can contribute through Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/ScottTheTruckDriver, link to that's in the description. So there's all kinds of ways to help grow this shit. And I appreciate every single one of you who have helped and continue to help and in making this a possibility. You know, I feel like I'm on a journey with a lot of you, that like a lot of you are doing the same things, or wanting to do the same things, or trying to do the same things that I'm doing. And it's nice to have a community to fall back on that you know, can share knowledge, can share experiences, and to, you know, can keep this, you know, it's in this hostile world where all the things that I'm doing are not normal, are not mainstream, are not considered, you know, something that everyone should do. It's nice to know that there's some like-minded people out there that are doing the same things that I'm doing, or want to do the same things that I'm doing, or are looking for me. You know, maybe I'm further along in my journey and they want to know how to get to where I'm at, and maybe even past my ass, in terms of happiness, freedom, and health. So there's that. And I'm always open to learn new shit. I'm always open to suggestions. You guys do provide a lot of suggestions. I got a lot of help on my wilderness fast. As I start to become a backpacking noob, I'm starting to get a lot of suggestions there. So I appreciate all of that. And all of that will continue to help me grow as a human being and live a better life now in my 40s than I did for the rest of my life. So that's it for this week. I will see you guys next week, and have a nice motherfucking day and shit. And I'm sorry if this vlog sucked. I was getting interrupted like every 5 minutes during that fucking vlog. I don't know what I was thinking trying to film here. You know, it is what it is. You know, it's not like I can fault anybody. It's a public park. You know, it's my own fault for picking this place. But still, it was annoying as shit. And shit. This is why I like my little trips in nature. You know, maybe I'll run into a hiker every once in a great while. Not every 5 fucking minutes. So, there's that. Have a nice fucking day. See you later. I got nothing else. I really don't. I wish I was, you know, back in the Adirondacks sometimes. I'll tell you that. It's been that kind of week so far. That I'm hoping this 5-day camping trip really kind of changes that trend and shit. Have a nice fucking day. Again, if you weren't already having one, now's the time to have a nice fucking day.